Well, good morning, Bethany Church family and friends, and it's a beautiful day here out under the cross. The sun is coming up, and we're excited about church this morning at 8:30 right here in the parking lot. And if for whatever reason you don't get that early and you can't make it here in person, then you can come to Sunday school. All of the classes have decided that they're meeting except for the nursery and the Sunday school for the Sunday school hour, and they're going to plan to start meeting next week. And then on at the 11 o'clock hour, then we'll be meeting in the sanctuary for a service. And be sure to bring your mask and know that we are going to continue to practice being safe with one another as much as possible. You know, the scripture today is Psalm 91, and it talks about God's protection. And we trust in Him for this kind of protection. Here it is, Psalm 91, and you can read the whole thing for yourself. In the video, it's a kid's video, and it gives you the whole picture of Psalm 91. But we're just going to do the first two verses. And it says, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." God is our refuge and our fortress, our God in whom we trust. Let me share with you just another verse here that might be applicable to us today. It says, "Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence." And then later on in the later verses, it also talks about pestilence and disease. How appropriate it is for these times. And when you look at the children's video, if you'll see this pestilence that it looks like the coronavirus coming after the kid, but God is the one who protects him. Well, you know, when I read these verses, it gives me comfort to know that I can trust in God, who is my fortress, my shelter, and like an eagle's wing, like a mother hen who gathers her chicks under, then that's the way that God is for us. Something I also remember is that Jesus was faced one time with a situation, and He was faced with a temptation. And the enemy wanted Him to take the scripture and apply it to his life and say, jump off this temple, for the scripture says, you know, no harm's going to come to you. Your foot won't even dash a stone. So I don't remember the exact verse the enemy used to try to trick Jesus into doing something to test God unnecessarily. And that idea comes to my mind that what we don't want to do is to intentionally test God, saying, God, I'm going to go be irresponsible. I'm going to do something that is not the wisest or the safest thing, but I'm going to do it intentionally because I'm going to put you to the test and see if you'll protect me from myself. I have better judgment, but I'm going to use lesser judgment because I'm going to put you to the test. And that's not God's plan and purpose for you, I don't think. So what I would encourage you is be safe, do the best you can, but then trust God that He is your shelter and your fortress, and no harm is going to come to you. God, we thank you that we live in a world that is a crazy, chaotic world, and we thank you that even in the midst of this world that we can trust you. And as we stand under this cross, we know it's by the cross of Jesus, by the grace of God, by the sacrifice that He made for us, not because of our goodness, but because of His goodness, that we can trust in you. And we do so this morning. We look forward to seeing you later today, and if we don't see you, we hope you'll see us as you log into the service later on and be a part of what we're doing, whether it's by viewing or whether it's by being here in person. Then we're glad to see you. And God bless you. Be in contact with me anytime. You can look up on the website for my phone number or look in the bulletin. And any way that I can be in ministry with you or for you or your family, then please let me know. God bless, and we'll see you soon.